Okay, for real. We're doing it. We're gonna get deep. We're gonna laugh. I might cry and I'm gonna wanna tell you why, because hey, well that's just life. So do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. 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 Do-do you. And I will do me. Ew. Okay, for real. Hi world, it's Jangwin. What the heck was my intro? It's been so long since I've done a podcast, I don't remember my intro. Oh my god, what was it? Okay, I think it was welcome to Ill for Real, where around here, you never know what you're gonna get, because life is like a box of chocolates. And this is where you say, I love you, Jenny. Please don't mind my dog's disgusting bone. Welcome. I don't remember if the last time I was on here I even had a dog. That was Taquito. He's my little puppy. If you have been following along with my life on any other platform, you know that he was an abandoned little puppy in the mountains of El Paso, Texas. And I took him with me on the road in Pearl, my camper, with the intent of finding him a good home and a good family. And of course, as you may know, when one acquires a puppy, one gets attached. And he just was the best travel buddy and cuddle buddy. And he came into my life at the perfect time. And he's just such a good boy. So he's mine now. Okay? You can't have him. See? He loves me. I love you, Taquito. Anyways, I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know that I do have the intent of starting up the podcast on Spotify, where listeners can just listen in throughout their day. But for right now, this is going to be a TikTok cast, as I've mentioned in the past before. And a lot of you guys that listen to my podcast just kind of follow along with my personal life and things. And so some updates since the last time you saw me. I have a dog. I am in Pennsylvania in the middle of butt-fuck nowhere, and I love it. I just went on a trip to Houston to visit my grandpa in the hospital. He's not doing well. Probably will be my very first grandparent of all four to pass, which is very strange to think about since I'm 33, and having all four of my grandparents at my age is very lucky. I also saw my best friend while I was out there. You may have seen some fun videos that we posted on my main channel. And I am about to go to Indiana, my hometown, to visit my other grandpa, who is also not doing well, unfortunately, and to see friends and family. And I'm taking a U-Haul with me, so that's fun because I get an employee discount because I'm technically still an employee at U-Haul. Haven't been working there for quite a while now, but I'm going to grab a little trailer, hook it up to Jimena, my beautiful Jeep, and head to Indiana to bring furniture from my old home, which was a Disney-inspired home, and put it in this house that I am in, which is an Airbnb that I manage and live in Pennsylvania. When I have guests here that stay at the house, I stay in my camper. So she's still very much a part of my life. Somebody has her booked as a photo booth for their wedding coming up in November. So you will be seeing a lot of DIY camper renovation videos again soon, because if I get to the part of my podcast, which I remember I used to do, I don't remember what else I used to do on this podcast, but one thing that I used to do was I give you guys the worst part of my day or my life, and then I follow up with two positives, not only to negate the bad, but triumph over the bad and just give you positive things that have been happening in my life. So, worst part of my life right now is I just quit my job as a server. Like literally across the street down the road from where I live. I picked up a job with the intent of serving and bartending. And the best part of my life right now is that I quit my job as a server. Because my second positive is my interior design business, which technically needs to be, I need to start calling myself an interior decorator, because I cannot like be telling people that I'm an interior designer because I didn't go to school for it. But there are people out there that do this for a living that do not have degrees, bachelor's, master's, or whatever in design, but we are just very good at it. We have the eye, we have the talent for it. And so technically I should be calling myself an interior decorator, but I do a lot of things that a designer would do. So, as you guys know, that has always been something that I have been passionate about. I'm so excited to show you guys all of the amazing, wonderful ideas that I have for this house. None of this shit behind me is going to be here. I am completely going to revamp this house and invest in it to make this Airbnb even better. And it's going to be a bed and breakfast. So I'm going to need some time on my hands, for that. And then across the street, the other direction from where I live, there is a historical 1800s hotel building that is also an Airbnb run by someone else that I now manage, co-host, and am redesigning. And I have just been completely neglecting all of this. Like, I have been at this house many times in the past 2 years, or the past year, I think it was, but I've been here physically since like February or March, and I have not done one single renovation to this house. And that would allow me to make so much more content for you guys to grow my interior design decorating business. However, I thought that being here in PA and setting some roots in the area was going to make my wedding business boom, and for some reason it just completely flip-flopped. Like, I am in the era of my life right now where I am fully focused on interior decor. And so that has really taken off. I have some really good ideas that I'm going to share with you guys soon on my other pages here. So make sure you're following It's Jenguin, my main channel, as well as Genuine Arts on TikTok as well, because there's so much more to come when it comes to interior design, antiques, vintage items, things like that. And quitting my serving job is just going to allow me that extra time to focus fully on Nicole's Airbnb and mine and Nick's Airbnb, and keep growing this interior decor thing that I've got going on. I was just overwhelmed. I was only there for 3 days a week, and I was like, please keep me at 3 days a week. I can't do anymore. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overworked. I was still filling in for people at U-Haul here and there. And I love the cash, and honestly, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle bus, not having that cash, because that was helpful for investing in these design projects, as well as, you guys may know that I was doing one in the Poconos of Pennsylvania. This woman bought a house. We became really good friends. She's my client, and she's turning the house into an Airbnb that accommodates 12 people, I believe. So that project was bigger and took a little bit longer than what I intended, because I was focusing so much on this job across the street where I was serving. And I was like, guys, I've got to decide what I'm going to do and dive full force into it. So I told them that I need to cut back, maybe make me an on-call person or somebody to fill in when people are sick, yada, yada. And I'm not sure what's going to happen there, but I'm really, really excited to just dive in full force. I just have so many good things to come. I was seeing someone pretty seriously. As you guys know, I am divorced, and all of that is over and done with and official. And I just am not having good luck on these dating websites. You guys saw my main channel. I posted a little bit of content, and there's a lot more funny content that I plan to share with you guys just when it comes to dating in your 30s, especially with online dating. It is horrendous out here. Everybody does the same shit. And I told this guy he's looking for a wife. He had a 13-year-old daughter. I was fully invested. And as soon as they're here, oh, dream girl, obsessed, Jenny, I love you, I want to marry you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, ah. And then when I finally get there, they're like, nah, No, go find someone that's going to make you happy. Find someone that's going to be better for you. I don't think I'm like, dude, if I have to go through that one more fucking time with a man in his 30s that's so serious about me and then doesn't want me, you wanted me first. Ew, for real. It's just not fun, but I am excited to share some more insight to those parts of my life. It's funny, it's entertaining, it's traumatizing, but makes for good stories and content, I guess. I got some new tattoos. I fixed up my little leaves. It's healing, so it looks horrible right now. And I got my 1991 in Houston because I was born in Texas. And I got a cover up thing going on here. So that's something I have not shared with the internet. You guys may have seen little bits and pieces of this tattoo that was originally on my arm. I get a new tattoo in every state that I travel, and everything has a special meaning. They mean something to me. All my tattoos do. And the one that was here before, I have never actually like fully showed it to you guys because of course it was done by a Florida man. Horrendous, traumatizing, the most painful thing besides losing a baby. I think I shared that with you guys on my podcast here on Spotify. That was the most physically painful thing I've ever been through besides this tattoo. And getting that covered up was a bitch. I was in the tattoo shop from 11 a.m. till 10 p.m. and it's not done. We still need to do a lot of shading and color work because it is so hard to cover up the horrendous blown out ink job that this Florida man did to my arm so that it didn't look like I had a giant condom on my arm. A giant tampon? A giant penis flying into my armpit. I've gotten so many other things from my friends that this reminds us of. And it was so freaking ugly. I'm so happy to get it covered up, but I don't really want to show it to you right now because it's like healing and it's got the sticker and it's hideous and it looks gross. But she is a big mermaid. I was originally going to do a siren under my arm, but the mermaid still is a tattoo that I always wanted to get, and now I was able to use that as a big cover-up piece for this other one, which still has special meaning to me. The mermaid stands for like power and strength and sexuality and magic, and this tattoo, she's also a fish. I'm a Pisces. I went to Disney World for the first time for my birthday in my 30s. So this was my like Disney tattoo, and the mermaid still like ties into that, ties into the Pisces thing, ties into the strength and overcoming, blah, 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 blah. I will show that to you guys once it's healed because I know a lot of you guys on the internet have been asking. But I really just wanted to catch you guys up with everything that has been going on. You probably knew most of this, but how are you guys doing? I don't know how I'm going to feel about uploading these podcast TikToks rather than on Spotify. Like, I liked just not looking at a camera or thinking about pressing record and talking to the camera, but I miss these, like, it's so strange to say conversations, but these conversations with you guys, because I would post a podcast and then you guys would reach out to me on Instagram and things like that and just kind of talk about life. And I'm really sad because when I was in Houston, I really wanted to do a podcast episode with my best friend Shelly. We have been talking about doing this for years, and every time we're together, we are just cracking up, talking nonstop. Every time we're having a conversation, I'm like, dang, I should have been recording this. This could have been a podcast. That could have been a podcast. When she's on here one day, I've talked about her before. It's going to be so fun, but we have way too much fun to ever record anything. And that was going to be the way I introduced the podcast again for the first time. You could have seen me and Shelly talking together. But for now, it's just me, unfortunately. So sorry. But again, I do miss you guys. So let me know how you're doing and give me some topics that you would like to talk about. I want to get on here and make an episode talking about weddings and everything that comes with booking that, because people are always curious what I offer and what I do and don't do for weddings, as well as your home interior design projects that you're doing. I have something really fun and interactive that I plan to do regarding your home decor situations on my business channel, which is Genuine Arts. So please, please, please be sure to follow that page because I don't want you to miss out, especially those of you who reach out to me often asking for tips and advice on how to spruce up your home. So I want to have an entire episode on just that because there's so much that goes into it, and it's literally one of my favorite things to do in the world. Can you tell? Can you tell by my face? So just catching up with you guys. I'm a very, very busy gal. I have 35 jobs, and I'm excited to see family and friends. And the owner of this house, Nick, who was my ex-boyfriend, we are still very, very good friends, has now moved to Oregon. So I have this house all to myself. Well, me and Taquito. And I was really kind of depressed about that and sad and worried about being in a house by myself. I think I've mentioned on the podcast before, I have not wanted like an apartment to myself, a house of my own, because I'm a very lonely person. And the thought of just coming home to no one is just so depressing to me. But it is different with having the dog. And I think he has helped, but all of these projects and stuff that I have going on are a great distraction, and I am having so much fun with it. I feel happy and content in my life with like what I'm doing and where my life is going. I'm still a lonely girl and wish I had someone to live my life with, but for right now, I'm so stressed free, like coming home and not like hanging out with Nick or gaming and spending all night like doing whatever. Like I have time to just do the things that I keep saying that I'm gonna do and that I don't. So lots more content from me to come, lots more conversations, and lots more of me annoying you guys on the internet. But I guess I'll leave you guys with that. Just a little check-in with you guys, if you will. And we'll go from here. These will be shorter episodes since they're on TikTok rather than Spotify. But either way, I'm excited to check in with you guys every week. So I will just leave you with, don't forget to love yourself. That's all we can do, right? Don't forget to love yourself. Give yourself a hug from me. And then I said, bye, puta. So, do-do-do.